Think in English. Stop translating from your native language. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this situation. Someone asks you a simple question in English. Where are you going? You understand the question. But inside your mind, something strange happens. First, you hear the English sentence. Then your brain quickly translates it into your native language. After that, you think of an answer in your native language. And finally, you try to translate that answer back into English. By the time you are ready to speak, the conversation has already moved on. Does this sound familiar? This is one of the biggest problems many English learners face. They know many English words. They understand grammar. But when it is time to speak, their brain becomes slow. Not because they are bad at English, but because they are translating every sentence in their mind. Today we are going to talk about a very powerful idea that can completely change the way you learn English. Think in English. Stop translating from your native language. When you learn to think directly in English, your speaking becomes faster, smoother, and more natural. You stop feeling nervous. You stop searching for words. And slowly, English becomes a part of your daily thinking. So in this video, I will show you why translating in your head slows you down, why thinking in English is the real secret to fluency, and simple techniques you can use every day to train your brain to think in English naturally. Let's begin. Why translating in your head is a big problem. Many learners believe translation is necessary. They think it helps them understand English better. At the beginning, translation can help a little, but if you keep translating for years, it becomes a habit that blocks your fluency. Let's understand why. When you translate, your brain has to do 3 extra steps. Step 1, understand the English sentence. Step 2, translate it into your native language. Step 3, translate your answer back into English. This process takes time, but fluent speakers do something completely different. They do not translate, they think directly in English. For example, when a fluent speaker sees a dog, their brain immediately says dog. They do not think of the word in another language first. When they are hungry, their brain naturally thinks, I need to eat something. There is no translation happening. It is direct thinking. That is why their speaking is fast and natural. If you want to speak English confidently, your goal should not only be learning words and grammar. Your goal should be training your brain to think in English. The big secret. Language is not translation. Here is an important truth many learners do not realize. Language is not translation. Language is connection between ideas and words. For example, when a child learns their first language, nobody teaches them by translating. A child sees water and learns the word water. They feel hungry and learn the word food. There is no translation process. The brain simply connects the idea with the word. You can train your brain to learn English the same way. Instead of connecting English words with your native language, connect them directly with ideas, pictures, and feelings. For example, when you see the sky, think, the sky is beautiful today. When you drink tea, think, this tea is hot. When you are tired, think, I need some rest. These small thoughts may seem simple, but they are powerful. Every time you do this, you train your brain to think directly in English. Start with simple thoughts. One mistake many learners make is trying to think in complicated sentences immediately. That is not necessary. Start small. Your thoughts can be very simple. For example, I am walking. This road is busy. That car is fast. I am feeling sleepy. The weather is nice today. These are small sentences, but they help build a new habit in your brain. When you practice this daily, your brain slowly becomes comfortable thinking in English. At first, it may feel difficult. You may not find the right words. That is completely normal. Remember, fluency is not built in one day. It is built through small daily practice. Describe your surroundings. One of the easiest ways to think in English is to describe what you see around you. Look around your room and say in your mind, "There is a table in front of me. My phone is on the table. The window is open. The light is very bright." You can do this anywhere, at home, on the bus, while walking, while waiting in line. Your environment becomes your English classroom. This method is very powerful because it forces your brain to create English sentences naturally. Talk to yourself in English. Another powerful technique is self-talk. Yes, talking to yourself can actually improve your English. For example, in the morning, you can say, "Okay, today I need to finish my work. Then I will watch a movie. I should also practice English today." At night, you can think, "Today was a busy day. I learned some new words. Tomorrow I will practice speaking again." This habit trains your brain to use English in real situations. Many fluent English speakers practiced this method when they were learning the language. Use pictures instead of translation. Another helpful trick is using pictures. When you learn a new word, try to imagine the object instead of translating it. For example, if you learn the word apple, imagine a red apple in your mind. Do not think of the word in your native language. If you learn the word mountain, imagine a big mountain. This technique builds a direct connection between the word and the image. That is exactly how your brain learns language naturally. Accept mistakes without fear. Many learners avoid thinking in English because they are afraid of making mistakes. But mistakes are part of learning. Even native speakers sometimes make mistakes. Your goal is not perfect English. Your goal is natural communication. When you start thinking in English, your sentences may be simple. Sometimes they may not be perfect, but that is okay. Fluency grows through practice, not perfection. Create an English environment. If you really want to think in English, you need to surround yourself with the language. Listen to English podcasts. Watch English videos. Read simple English books. The more English your brain hears every day, the more natural it becomes. Your brain slowly begins to recognize patterns, expressions, and sentence structures. And one day, you will notice something amazing. You will start understanding English without translating. And that is the moment when real progress begins. The moment when thinking changes. Many learners experience a special moment during their journey. One day they suddenly realize something. They are watching a video, listening to a conversation, or speaking with someone. And they understand everything without translating in their mind. It feels almost magical, but it is not magic. It is the result of consistent practice and training your brain to think in English. Final message. Let me leave you with one powerful idea. Fluent English speakers are not special. They simply train their brains to think differently. And you can do the same. Stop translating every sentence in your head. Start thinking in small English sentences every day. Describe your surroundings. Talk to yourself. Use pictures instead of translation. Listen to English regularly. Little by little, your brain will adapt. And one day speaking English will feel as natural as thinking. So from today, make a simple promise to yourself. Because learning to think in English is not just a technique, it is a mental shift. Most learners focus only on memorizing vocabulary or studying grammar rules. They believe that if they learn enough words, they will automatically speak English fluently. But in reality, fluency comes from how your brain processes the language, not only from how many words you know. You might know thousands of English words, but if your brain is still translating every sentence, speaking will always feel slow and stressful. That is why training your mind is more important than memorizing more vocabulary. Your brain needs to become comfortable living inside the English language. Think about actions in English. One powerful method to build this habit is to think about your actions while you are doing them. For example, when you wake up in the morning, try to think like this: I just woke up. I need to brush my teeth. I should make some tea. Today I have a lot of work to do. When you are walking somewhere, you can think, I am going to the market. There are many people on the street. The weather feels warm today. These thoughts are very simple, but they train your brain to create English sentences naturally. If you do this every day, something interesting begins to happen. Your brain slowly stops searching for translation. Instead, it begins producing English thoughts automatically. Ask yourself questions in English. Another excellent technique is asking yourself questions in English. For example, what should I eat today? What time is it now? What do I need to finish today? Where should I go tomorrow? Then answer those questions in English. I think I will eat rice and vegetables. It is almost evening. I need to complete my work first. This small exercise creates a mini conversation inside your mind, and the more conversations your brain creates, the more comfortable you become with English. Learn phrases. Instead of single words, if you want to think faster in English, try learning phrases instead of single words. For example, instead of memorizing the word hungry, learn the phrase, I am feeling hungry. Instead of memorizing tired, learn, I am a little tired. Instead of memorizing late, learn, I am running late. When you learn phrases, your brain does not need to build a sentence from zero. The sentence is already prepared in your memory. This makes thinking and speaking much faster. Turn your daily life into English practice. Many people say, I don't have anyone to practice English with. But the truth is, you don't always need another person. Your daily life can become your English teacher. When you cook, think about what you are doing. I am cutting vegetables. The food smells good. I need to add some salt. When you travel somewhere, the bus is crowded. I hope I reach on time. This road looks very busy. When you watch a movie, that scene was interesting. The actor did a great job. The story is exciting. In this way, English becomes part of your daily thinking. Be patient with your brain. At the beginning, your brain may resist this new habit. You may feel slow. Sometimes you may not find the right words. Sometimes your mind may automatically switch back to your native language. This is completely normal. Remember, your brain has been thinking in your native language for many years. It cannot change in one day. But if you practice a little every day, your brain slowly adapts. It is like building a new muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. The transformation After some weeks or months of practice, you will start noticing small changes. Your thoughts in English become faster. You begin understanding English conversations more easily. You respond quicker when someone speaks to you. And the most beautiful moment comes when you realize something surprising. You are thinking in English without even trying. That is the moment when English stops being a subject you study and becomes a language you live with. A small challenge for you. Starting today, give yourself a simple challenge. For the next 10 minutes every day, try to think only in English. Describe what you see. Describe what you feel. Describe what you are doing. Do not worry about perfect grammar. Just focus on expressing your thoughts. 10 minutes may seem small, but if you do it every day, it will change the way your brain works. Final thought. Learning English is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming comfortable. And comfort comes when your brain stops translating and starts thinking naturally in English. So remember this powerful idea. The day you start thinking in English is the day your real fluency journey truly begins. If you say something wrong and later learn the correct way, your brain remembers it much more strongly. So instead of being afraid of mistakes, welcome them as part of your journey. Fluency is not built by avoiding mistakes. It is built by learning from them. Imagine your future self. Sometimes motivation becomes low during the learning process. When that happens, try to imagine your future self. Imagine yourself speaking English confidently with people from different countries. Imagine yourself traveling and communicating easily. Imagine yourself giving a presentation in English without fear. That future version of you is possible, but it begins with small steps today. Every sentence you think in English brings you one step closer to that version of yourself. A powerful daily habit. Before we finish, here is a powerful habit you can start today. At the end of every day, spend a few minutes thinking about your day in English. Ask yourself questions like, what did I learn today? What made me happy today? What should I improve tomorrow? Then answer those questions in English. This simple habit not only improves your English thinking, but also improves your self-awareness. It becomes both language practice and personal growth. Closing message. Let's end with a simple but powerful reminder. You do not need to be perfect to speak English. You only need to start thinking in English little by little. At first, your sentences may be short. At first, your thoughts may feel slow. But with daily practice, your brain will change. And one day you will realize something amazing. You are no longer translating. You are no longer struggling to find words. You are simply thinking and speaking in English. And that is the moment when English truly becomes a part of your life. So start today. Think small, think simple. But most importantly, think in English. Do you like this personality?